is with us now, sending a powerful message, he says, to Congress that we are a nation of laws and not of men. The man who put that together, Republican Congressman Bob Goodlatte out of Virginia. How you doing, sir? And good morning to you. Where'd you get this idea?
Good morning, Bill. It's good to be with you.
And you?
Well, you know, we have been spending a lot of time in the last year listening to the American people, putting together the Pledge to America. One of the key provisions of that is to require that all new bills, including the constitutional amendment to balance the budget that I introduced yesterday, the first day, every bill has to contain with it a declaration of the portion of the Constitution upon which the bill is founded, the basis for which the Congress could act on whatever that member thinks is an appropriate thing for the Congress to take up. The Attorney General of Virginia wrote something a couple weeks ago that I liked very much. He said the Congress should read the Constitution on the floor of the House. And so I looked into that, recommended to the leadership that they do it. They decided it was a good idea and actually put it into the rules of the House. So not just this Congress, but future Congresses will be required to do that as long as that rule remains in place.
All right, it's my understanding John Boehner starts, right? Eric Cantor follows him, so that's two Republicans. Nancy Pelosi's on the list, Steny Hoyer, the Democrats. Is it going to go Republican, Democrat throughout the entire ordeal?
It will, including at the beginning. Congressman Cantor has deferred to the minority leader, so Speaker Boehner will read the preamble. Minority Leader Pelosi will read Article 1, Section 1, and then Leader Cantor and the Minority Whip Steny Hoyer will share Article 1, Section 2, and then after that we will turn to the members of the Congress and we'll take them on a first-come, first-served basis, but making sure that we are bipartisan and fair to both sides. So if it looks like we have too many on one side or too many on the other, we'll move some up to make sure that it's a balanced reading.
You're going to be counting words and probably counting minutes based on each side, too. Some say this is theater. Jerry Nadler's a congressman, a Democrat out of New York. He said it's total nonsense, propaganda. What did you think about what he said?
Well, I don't think the United States Constitution is propaganda or total nonsense, and I don't think the reading of it is as well. In fact, we went back and looked. We asked the Congressional Research Service to tell us when the last time that the Constitution had been read on the floor of the House, and their answer was never. And if you have a document that's as precious as the U.S. Constitution, and you have a Congress that says that it's going to be paying close attention to it, starting out the Congress by reading the Constitution seems to me to be an appropriate way to start. And we welcome all members on both sides of the aisle, no matter what their interpretation of various sections of the Constitution might be, to come and join us in reading it.
Well, you know, I would bet and wager that most Americans' knowledge of the Constitution is not where it should be, myself included. You were on TV the other day and you were challenged yourself. I mean, how would you rate yourself when it comes to your own knowledge?
I think that I'm not a leading constitutional scholar in the country. I do pay close attention to it, and I do think that my votes in the Congress are very principled, but you certainly could go back and look at any member of Congress and their votes and say, well, that's not my view of what the Constitution says with regard to that particular vote that was cast. So taking a renewed look at the Constitution, I think a very good thing, and I've heard from many Democrats who are going to join us on the floor of the House reading the Constitution today.
I have 20 seconds, and we're going to cover this live next hour. What do you think we'll learn from it? What do we gain from this?
I think that a lot of members of Congress will hear the entire Constitution. They'll be waiting in line there. There'll probably be opportunities for them to, you know, it's one line, Republicans and Democrats together. There'll be some opportunities there for people to compare notes, and I think that will help focus on the Constitution and will help focus on this Congress paying more attention to it than we have in recent Congress.
A bit of history yesterday, more today. Bob Goodlatte, Republican out of Virginia. Thank you.
Thanks,
nice
Bill.
idea, by the way. We'll follow it.
Thank you.
Martha.
We'll get a refresher on how old you have to be a congressman, a senator, a president.